Spyderco Paramilitary 2 DLT exclusive, the Tan G10, the 20 CV blade. The new one is the DLC coated version. And I'm going to throw in, since I have both of them, the Satin version of the same knife. So these sold out about 4 or 5 minutes. I wasn't going to do the video right away, but I saw a post by somebody that said that DLT was going to run another batch. So I don't know when that's going to happen or how long it's going to take to, get ready. But I wanted to post this video out there because they will keep your, just keep watching the email and the postings from DLT because they will be offering. I don't know if they're going to do a run of both or just the one, but I'm sure they'll let you know, if you missed out on this one. So supposedly there was some form of error. I've bought from DLT a few times during the craziness that is Spyderco. Sprint runs and exclusives, and never really had an issue before. The site did freeze up. I refreshed, it froze up again on PayPal. I read the same thing, a bunch of people missed it. Then actually came on about an hour or so later, and there was a bunch more that were available. So you never know with these things, just if it is something that you really want, just keep trying. And worst case scenario, you could either decide if it's worth it for you on the secondary market. So the Satin version was $142.50 and the DLC version was $149. So very, great deal. These are cheaper than some of the S30V offerings that Spyderco does. I've heard people ask why are the 20 CV cheaper. Especially you can compare this to the S35VN exclusive that's out there. That's for $176 for the DLC version. So, I've read where people are talking about margins and DLT doesn't want to do this or that. A lot of it has to do with name recognition. Obviously DLT's pricing it fairly. And even though there's been a few videos out, and I don't know how much I trust those videos, but showing 20 CV not really overperforming S35 or properly heat treated S30, it's got the name recognition, S35V, and I talked about this in my video for that knife. It's sitting there. It's not 20 CV, it's not CTS 204P, it's not M390. So, it adds value depending on what the masses of people want, which is fine. I mean, that's just the way things work, but it is cool of DLT to offer the knife, at a decent value. It costs, $8 more than the Satin version, and also, cheaper than some standard stock production S30Vs. So typical paperwork that you get, talks about the exclusive, the steel properties, unique texture. What I thought was interesting is the tan stock just says Paramilitary 2, and then the black, it's got some extra stuff here. It does say 20 CV, but you could see the tan, and then you see the BK here. So, excuse me. I had planned on using, when I get two of one model like this, I like to swap blades out with other knives. So I had planned to use, this blade with something else, and I still may do that. What I may end up doing is taking this blade out and putting it either in a carbon fiber, Paramilitary 2, all black, or sticking this. I'm gonna try, I'm obviously gonna get the new Maximum. By the way, that's just been released, so watch your vendors, they're back on the market again. And putting all the blacked out hardware on the black blade in the gray G10, and then putting the Maximum blade in here. These scales are gonna get dirty. It's what it is, and I just think that would be a neat combination with the black on the gray, and then the Maximum in here. So both of these, I always put in my notes when I order, please make sure blade is centered and unblemished. And DLT is pretty good with that. I've had other people, online vendors, click that off, and because they sold so many of them, and I still get a knife that, you know, it's no big deal. I mean, you can adjust the knives, but DLT is on top of things. I just think they're one of the best online vendors out there. But both knives are, you know, just drop free, perfect, perfectly centered. So keep your nose out, you know, and keep your ears out to the grind, and they will be doing another run of these. I was going to do a size comparison, I might as well do it. I mean, everybody knows what the Paramilitary do, how big it is. They do give you some stickers in there. And then to the AD10 and the Para 3. Spyderco Paramilitary 2, Tan G10, 20 CV, DLC, and Satin versions from DLT Trading.